I do believe in God, and I also believe in the power of the human will. I found that in Kim Jong Il's writings as well. So I think we're going to have some fun with that for sure. And the point I've noticed, and I think this is what was coming across in your critique of the right, is guys like you and me. What we're constantly trying to do is get people to think, and a lot of people don't want to think, and they will do everything they can to avoid thinking. Right. And guys like you and I, our job is we're constantly trying to drag the horse to water and make him drink. We're trying to get people to think. And we have a society that trains people not to think. And it's interesting because Wallace Wattles, the kind of socialist and kind of self-help thinker who was a close friend of Eugene Debs, you read his writing, he just says, think, think, think. And that really the battle of history is just kind of challenging people to think, getting people to think. That humanity is asleep, kind of. Humanity is kind of, and that humanity, it's not that the elites, brainwash and hypnotize us. We want to brainwash and hypnotize ourselves because we want to avoid thinking. We have this fear of thinking. And that the great prophets of history, you look at, Muhammad, Jeremiah, Jesus, what are they doing? They're trying to get people to think. They're people that have some capacity to think and some connection to divinity, and they come to the earth and they say, think, 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 right? Socrates, they're saying think, and the masses are horrified. No, we don't want to think. And in some cases the prophet gets stoned to death, but in other cases the prophet is able to awaken people and get them to think and actually advance human history and build something better. Do you think that kind of applies to what we're doing? We're trying to get people to think. People don't want to think, and it's the challenge of history.